Alright guys, so welcome to today's video, and in today's video we will continue our work on this One Piece game right here. And as I've already announced at the end of our last episode, we are now done with the swords, okay? And I also, well, said that we are going to deal with devil fruits and such, and we will do that. But we'll deal with something else first of all, which is not going to be that long in comparison of the melee and the combat and sword system, you know? We're now going to start our work on some bandits, or on one bandit to be exact, which is able to attack us, okay? So we are going to script a bandit which has a sword in his hand, which wears clothes, who is able to walk, who's able to take damage, who's able to attack you, okay? So we are going to be creating that type of bandit in the next episodes, guys. And after that, I'll promise you, we'll start our work on our devil fruits. Okay, so with that being said, I have already prepared a folder right here, which contains clothing. Wait. No! Oh my god. Instead of, you know, taking pants for him, I just took 2 tops for him. Okay. So, let me just quickly take some pants. But as you can see, we have a tank top, and we have a hair, and we have a top hat. Let me actually get rid of the top hat, because I don't think that this will fit into, you know, the overall look. And yeah, so let's do the first thing by going to plugins and then build rig and then block rig, okay? And then of course R15 block rig. Now, let's call this one Bandit, okay? And this guy right here is going to be our bandit. So he looks like a default dummy, but we'll now change him till he looks like the actual bandit. So let me just quickly get some clothes for him. So I was about to get this thing for him. Okay, there we go. So we have now acquired these jeans right here. Okay, so we have this bandit. And first of all, let's change the skin color if you want to. So just pick any skin color you like. And even make him red if you want to. Depends on the preferences. Okay, make sure that the human root port is transparent. And yeah, so we can already start by moving this hair inside. So this will work. And yeah, so let's move on with the tank top. So one important thing when you have things like these, so when you have 3D clothing, you should pay attention to what you're doing. So you basically just move the folder inside of here, and then as you can see, this shirt right here is not automatically attached to your dummy. Okay, so what you need to do is that you need to move these parts onto your body parts right here. Then we need to weld them together so that they stay attached to each other even when you're playing the game, okay? So do not anchor them or anything. So let me move it. Okay, we already have problem right here, so just make sure that it looks fine on all sides right here. So it might be that there is actually an issue, so that, I don't know, your cloth right here is too tiny, then, well, then you will need to size it up till it works, okay? As you can see, this side is fine, this side is fine as well, but this is not. Therefore, just move it up. And yeah, so that's it. So that's our tank top. And now if you want to keep it attached onto your dummy, then you'll need to create this weld constraint inside of it. Make sure that part 0 is the part you're attaching this clothing part onto. In this case, we have this lower torso part, which is of course going to be attached to our lower torso, as the name already suggests, okay? So take a look at this lower torso right here, and yeah, so that's going to be our part 0, and our part 1 is the part we are attaching something onto. Wait, was that even a correct sentence? Yeah, so we are basically attaching this lower torso onto our actual lower torso. Therefore, part 1 is our lower torso right here. Okay, so this clothing part. Now, you have to do the same with our upper torso. So, for our upper torso clothing part. So, this upper torso clothing part is being attached onto our actual upper torso. And yeah, that's the reason why part 1 is this clothing part of the torso. Okay, and that's it for the tank top. Now, we need to do the same thing for our jeans. And as you guys might notice, the more complicated your piece of clothing is, the more time it will take to, you know, actually apply it onto a dummy right here. Of course, if you do it manually, you can also, so there are probably ways to just have a script which literally just clones everything and welds it once the game boots up, you know, so that's also a possibility. But I'm not gonna show you how that is going to work out because, well, you guys are not ready for it. No, but I don't want to show it. Wait. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, the right upper leg, a little bit too tiny. Those points. Just fix it by, you know, changing the size. And yeah, so do the same thing for our left side. So, come on. Okay. Upper leg. This way, this way. Okay. Now, let's, you know, just repeat the step with this weld constraint, and then we can finally move on with the AI. So, the artificial intelligence, let's say. Well, we are just basically going to create a script which, you know, makes this dummy react onto some stuff. There's nothing more into it. So, left upper leg. So I hope that you guys have understood the idea behind of this weld constraint, because it is the same thing for the legs. Okay, so there is no difference in body parts. Right upper leg. There we go. Okay. Now, last thing I would like to weld onto this bandit is the sword. So let's go to our replicated storage, go to our sword, and we only have one. Now let's clone this katana handle inside of our bandit. Now let's move it to our bandit's right hand. Because all of the animations we have, or all of the Sword Style 1 animations we have, they only feature the right arm. There we go. Okay, make sure that you apply this weld constraint into this handle as well. So as you can see, we already have some weld constraints inside of here, but they basically, you know, keep these small parts to this main part, okay, to this handle here. But we want this handle to be attached onto our right hand. So right hand's our part 0, part 1's our handle, therefore. There we go. So that's it with all of the welding. We can now finally move on with the scripting. And the first thing we are going to do is that we are going to, well, we will need some animations. So some basic animations for this dummy right here. We will need a walking animation. And we'll probably only need this one. So how do we acquire this walking animation? So we could, of course, first of all, make our own walking animation, but since I'm not a good animator, and you guys are probably not as well, we are just going to take the Roblox one, okay? So this default walking animation right here. So let's go inside of our character, and then animate, and then walk, and then walk anim, and you can just basically copy this animation ID right here, and then just paste it down here. And doing so, Or we could even take this whole animate script. I'm not sure about it because, well, would it work? Probably not. It could, it could. Let's actually give it a try. Let's see. Wait. So this dummy is still anchored. Some parts. Make sure that anchor just false. There's one more issue. I think that the script we are using right here shouldn't be a local script. I think it should be a default script. Otherwise, we'll run into this conflict of server-sided, you know, server-sided, client-sided, so all of that stuff. Let's move it inside of here, and if it does not work, then that's no problem as well, so we can just easily create our own. Yeah, as you can see, not work. Okay, so we could actually keep the script and just delete those instances right here and just call this script intelligence maybe, because this script is basically the intelligence of our dummy right here. Okay, so first thing we want to do is that we are defining a variable which basically holds this walking animation ID, which is this one. Now, actually, instead of having this paired animation ID, we could even create an animation ourselves, then just call it walk. That would even be better, because otherwise we would just create countless animation instances right here, and you know, but of course clear them up, but might happen that we forget that. Okay, let's define the first thing, which is going to be our humanoid. So script parent humanoid, basically script parent humanoid. Okay, now humanoid running connect function speed. So what we're doing at this point is that we are checking if this character is moving, okay? And that's basically what this running event does. So if the character is moving, then this is being fired. And this speed right here gives us the speed on how fast our character is walking. So if speed is greater than 0, then we know that the character is walking, or at least moving. And if that's the case, then we want to play this walking animation. So let's create this limit, this, I don't know, border, let's say. So those two things. And let's actually define some animations right here. So walk is the first one. We'll of course have some more later on, but we're going to start with the walk right here. So script parent walk. Okay. So if we are moving, then local loader animator. So there is this instance inside of the humanoid called animator, okay? And we can just make this instance load our walk animation. So load animation walk. And we can make this instance play it. We could even, instead of having this loader right here, could also have it right here. So local walk loader. And just basically play it every time. So let's see if this works. Animator is not a valid member of, okay. Then we are going to take this one. And we're going to paste it inside of here. And here you go. Now you have one. Okay. As you can see, he's moving. And yeah. Now, we could actually take our idling animation as well. So from our character right here. Animate, idle, animation 1, animation 2. So there are 2 animations. Let's take the first one. So let's copy this one. Let's paste this ID inside of here. Let's call it idle. And let's define two more things, two more variables. And yeah, instead of walk, we'll have idle. Instead of walk loader, we have idle loader, okay? So basically, so you guys should have understood this, and this else case is basically the case when your speed is not greater than 0, which means that you're not walking, you're not moving, okay? And if that's the case, then we want to stop the walking animation and we want to play our idle animation. So idle loader play. Alright, and that's basically what is supposed to happen. So as you can see, there is this idling animation playing, and as you can see, we have messed up a little bit with the genes at this point. So let's quickly fix that. Okay. So let's go to the genes. There we go. All right. So those are the very basics of our Bandit. In the next episode, we'll hopefully, yeah, progress more into this intelligence script we have. Okay, so we're going to script some things, or yeah, something which, you know, notices when there's a player nearby and just quickly runs to him to attack him. Okay, so that's going to be the next topic in our next episode, guys. And yeah, so that's it. So I think that this mini-series within this One Piece game series will probably take two more episodes maybe, and then we'll hopefully move on with Devil Fruits, guys. Alright guys, so thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this, then leave a like, subscribe, share this video with all of your friends, leave me feedback in the comment section, guys. Take care and see you in the next video.